feel paralyzed. Now I know it's over. I see you passing by, hand in hand, with your perfect light. My body, a ghost town, feels like someone cut out my tongue. I didn't know a heart could die this young. Oh, now when I look in your eyes, I feel paralyzed.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this season of Wednesday Night Dash presented by Stadium Scene TV. Today we have the kickoff at the Rock at Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina, USA. Real quick, let's take a look at Rockingham Speedway. It opened in 1965, 1.6 miles in length, 22 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2, 25 degrees of banking in turns 3 and 4, 8 degrees of banking in the straightaways. Real quick, let's get into the season rules because there is a slight change from last season. Just as last season, we have a 10-race season. Races are run in approximately 45 minutes. There's a stage break at the halfway mark, but there's no stage break on road courses. The competition caution is the only caution, so there are no yellows for incidents or anything like that. And we are now going by a NASCAR points system. So let me break that down for you real quick. Right off the bat, the winner gets 40 points, then second place gets 35, and then third place gets 34. And then going down the line, we have 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, so on and so forth. Now, we have, real quick, let's throw a, let's give a shout out to our friends at the House of Hockey podcast. On this week's House of Hockey, Breezy and Ray Ray discuss the news around the NHL and the brand new league, the PWHL. In addition, they talk the Seattle Kraken's unique Winter Classic Fish Fling player walkouts. Tune in Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern right here on Stadium Scene TV. Special thank you to our friends at House of Hockey. Now, let's get into this year's schedule, because this schedule is going to be really fun and you all better stay hyped for it. So, we're kicking off January. We're going to fill up the whole rest of January. We have Rockingham tonight. Then next week we go to Richmond. And then after that we go to Talladega. And then closing out January we have Bristol at night. Then, starting off February, we have Phoenix Raceway. It was the closer of last season, but we're plopping it right in the middle of this season, and with these next gen cars, it's gonna be interesting. Then we have the Charlotte Roval, which is gonna be the one road course race, and the Charlotte Roval is gonna be definitely interesting. So you definitely want to tune in on February 21st to see that race. Then after that, we've got the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Oval. Now that's going to be super exciting because the next gen cars are going to be going back there in real life, but we're going to get a taste of how they're going to race here in iRacing first. We're going to get, after that, we're going to start off March strong by going to Texas, Dover, and then closing out the season on March 20th at Kansas at nighttime, which that's going to be really fun because these next gen cars are very, very fun at Kansas. Now, the drivers have just gone into qualifying, but let's take a look at our drivers this year because we've got quite a few new faces. So, the drivers this year, we have 6 rookies joining us this year. Starting off in the number 1 car, we've got Dylan Behrens. Then going on, JM Motorsports are entering 3 cars. That is the number 45 of John Miles, the number 5 of Lane Snow, and the number 9 of Jax Mayland. Then we have the number 80 of Mark Wallet. Mark raced last year in the Behind Closed Doors series and is making the jump to Wednesday Night Dash, and it's going to be interesting to see him because he definitely was strong in that IndyCar series. Mark is also the first Canadian driver in the series. Then we have the number 99 of Fernando Takahashi. He's a member of WJ Malfield Motorsports. And a little known fact, the WJM Motorsports is co-hosting the AFSP 200 charity race on January 27th. We have a bunch of veterans that are returning. We have the number 8 of Brian McKinney, the number 13 of Eric Richardson, the number 22 of Andrew Hewitt, the number 24 of Tyler Vickery, the number 40 of Colton Gardner, the number 48 of Ian Miller, the number 69 of Jesse Fox, the number 82 of Justin Neves, the number 84 of Mark Vickers, and last but not least, the number 88 of DJ Fluck. Now, real quick, let's take a look at the AFSP charity race because that is something that that FR Racing is doing for the first time, and it is definitely going to be fun. Alright, so the AFSP charity race. FR Racing and WJ Malfield Motorsports are teaming up to raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention on January 27th. Sign up for the race. Sign up to race the NASCAR Next Gen cars at Michigan International Speedway and raise money for a great cause. A minimum $20 donation to the AFSP gets you into the race, and you are also entered to win some amazing prizes, including the grand prize of an AX80 cockpit frame from our friends at Extreme Sim Racing. If you're not interested in driving, that's alright. Tune in Saturday, January 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern on Apex Racing TV for the race, which will feature real-life Arkham Menards Series driver Stephanie Moyer, Legacy Motor Club teardown specialist TJ Peters, and other surprise celebrity guests that will be announced closer to race day. Make a donation as a viewer and you'll be entered for a chance to win amazing prizes. Learn more and sign up at frracing.com/AFSP. 200 and spots are limited. Now it is getting closer and closer to race time. So we are almost ready. There's 55 seconds on the clock until we get this thing rolling. Real quick, we're going to show you the list of everybody where they've qualified right as this intro starts. Got 2 seconds and it should be starting anytime soon now, and the drivers are going to be getting ready to grid anytime. Drivers are starting to grid up now, and on pole is Colton Gardner with a 24.879. In number 2, we have Dylan Behrens running a 25.0. Then we have Brian McKinney in P3 running a 25.0. Jesse Fox in P4 running a 25.1. We have Eric Richardson running a 25.2 in P5, and DJ Fluck running a 25.27 in P6. Then we have Ian Miller in P7 running a 25.28. And Mark Willett running a 25.3. Ready P9 is Fernando Takahashi running a 31.7. And P10 Andrew Hewitt, who did not qualify.
40 laps and we'll hit the stage break.
10 drivers here tonight as they all begin to grid up. Let's take a look. And actually, they're about to go racing. See all of our drivers out. Going down, Brian McKinney in a beautiful Mountain Dew number 8 paint scheme. Kind of reminds me of the one that Justin Haley ran this past year in real life. Got a couple of new faces, a couple of new paint schemes. Real nice. But the drivers are coming on to turn 4.
Watch it coming out of turn 2.
Pace car is getting ready to make the sharp left turn onto the safety of pit road. They're under control of the 40 of Colton Gardner. Green flag is out here at Rockingham. Colton Gardner gets a really good jump and is going to send it into turn 1. Looking back a bit, looks like the 8 of Brian McKinney is just a little bit off pace, but we got a battle for the lead. The number 1 is looking underneath of Colton Gardner in the 40. They're side by side. Let's see who's going to lead into lap number 1. Colton Gardner gets a good launch off the top. He's going to lead lap number 1, but Dylan is going to be right there. These two are still fighting hard. They go down the backstretch for lap 2. Everybody looks like they're getting single filed just yet, but look, Jesse Fox is looking like he's trying to put the pressure on Brian McKinney in that number 8 car. Look back a little bit, we have Mark Willett in the number 80. I love that color scheme, by the way. It's like, it's my school's colors, so it's very reminiscent. We got somebody in the wall, it looks like. Somebody way off the pace. The number 1 car. Looks like he may have gotten into the wall, and now he's kind of all over the place. He seems way off the pace. Let's go and see if we can take a look back at what happened. Let's take a look back to see if we can see what happened to him, why he was so off pace. Oh, it looks like he was battling for the lead. Looked like Colton Gardner got up into the wall. And Dylan just got loose as he came off of turn 2 and scraped the wall. But he's able to keep it going, and actually, and now it looks like the number 80 is on pit road. What happened to him real quick? I'm not really sure what happened to him as we were taking a look back at the other incident. Not really sure what happened to him. Looks like he was battling, I want to say that's Eric Richardson, I think. Looks like they go up high, and it looks like he just gets loose, and he has kind of a snap oversteer, and he just gets into the wall and is kind of forced onto pit road. Hopefully he can get back going. Looks like he has quite a bit of damage, or maybe he's pulling pulling it down for the rest of the day. But we're 7 laps in, and people seem to be getting spread out now as DJ Fluck and Eric Richardson are having quite a bit of a battle, fighting for P5 there. Looks like sounds like somebody's wrecking. Ian Miller looks like he has one heck of a crash. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to Ian Miller. Looks like everybody's getting bit in turn 2. Ian Miller enters turn 1. It just gets loose, tries to save it, and gets up and kind of gets into the 22. Let's actually take a look from the 22's cam on that, because that must have been crazy for the 22. Let's take a look inside as Ian Miller has his little incident. It looks like he just got loose off the corner, and there was not really a whole lot of things that people could have done. Series is going, just gets loose. Is able to go up, and the 22 of Andrew Hewitt does actually a really good job of avoiding that incident. Let's go back up to the live camera now. Man, there's so many incidents happening. I feel like I'm not able to see what's actually going on. Looks like Fernando Takahashi is looking to try and make a move on the number 69 of Jesse Fox. He's going to get to his inside. And he's going to get around him. As they run up front now, we got Colton Gardner leading the way. And we got Brian McKinney in P2. Then we got Fernando Takahashi sitting in P3. But Jesse Fox is still trying to put on the pressure. We've got about 3 drivers a lap down now. Ian Miller's a lap down. Looks like he got a fast repair and is able to get back out there, but he is 2 laps down, so he just has to keep his nose clean. We got, Mark having another issue. Not really sure what happened there. Looks like he may have just gotten loose as he came off of turn 4. Mark is now 3 laps down. Looks like he just got loose coming off turn 4. Tried to save it. Almost got in the way of your leader, but was able to keep it straight for the most part. Colton Gardner doing a good job in the lead, though. About 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Looking back, there's a bit of a battle happening between position 2 and position 3. And then all of a sudden, Fernando Takahashi looks real fast. He made the move on Jesse Fox and is on his way up to try and make the move on Brian McKinney for position 2. I know we're only 15 laps into the first race, but Fernando might be a dark horse for this season. Seems to be showing a lot of speed in that Toyota Camry. He's going to look to the inside. And it's going to make it. It's not clear just yet. Brian McKinney has that advantage at the high line as they go around onto the backstretch. As they go into turn 3, Takahashi is going to be trying to make this move and get it done, and there he gets it done. Let's see if Brian McKinney has anything to answer to that, but it looks like Takahashi's now has got his sights set on Colton Gardner. See if he can run down that number 40 of Colton Gardner, which is about 4.5 seconds ahead now. All 10 drivers are back out on track, with Ian Miller being 2 laps down, Mark Willett being 3 laps down, and Dylan Behrens being 5 laps down. Now Brian McKinney actually isn't like Takahashi isn't able to pull away super fast. Brian McKinney's able to kind of stay in his draft and stay in his way. That time by Takahashi running just a 10th slower than Colton Gardner, so we'll see if the number 99 can make up time on the number 40 of Colton Gardner. Alright, now let's try and take a look at this gap. Colton Gardner about to cross the line now. Second place. Second place is coming across the line. There comes third place, fourth, fifth, sixth. Everybody's taking it easy after we had kind of a rough start to this race. We had multiple incidents in a row. Everybody kind of settled down now. And Fernando actually is the biggest mover of the race so far, up 7 positions from where he started. So big props to him. Able to keep that thing down, as it looks like Ian Miller is now trying to make a move on the 13 of Eric Richardson. This is not for position, but Ian Miller is honestly kind of one of the fastest drivers on track right now. But that's probably because he got a fast repair and he got fresh tires, so he's got about 7 lap newer tires than the whole rest of the other field. And on a track like Rockingham, that definitely matters so much. Your tire wear is so important. Good run out of Eric Richardson and DJ Fluck today, running P5 and P6. They're getting ready to cross the line. We're going to see an updated time score. The gap's fallen to about 6 seconds now between P1 and P2. That time by Colton Gardner ran a 25.83 and Fernando ran a 26.0. So Colton Gardner setting down the fastest time that time. Actually, the fastest time that last time by was Ian Miller, but the fastest person on the lead lap was actually Brian McKinney, running a 25.7. So It's going to be interesting to see if Brian McKinney is going to get back into this battle. Now Dylan Behrens is trying to make a move on Eric Richardson as well. Again, this is not for position, but Dylan Behrens is on fresh tires. About 14 laps. And we're already 30 laps down into this thing. We're only about 10 laps to go until our competition caution. So that'll be definitely interesting to see what kind of what drivers will do, if all of our drivers will come down pit road, or if only some of them will, and maybe some of them will just take the wave around. Now look here, Brian McKinney. Car.
All right, good luck.
Wait a second, let me catch my breath. Remind me how it feels to hear your voice. Your lips are moving, I can hear a thing. Living life as if we had a choice. Anywhere, anytime, I would do anything for you. Anything for you. Yesterday, right
Hello, hello, hello. Hello? You all got me? Not sure what happened. I also don't know what this sounds like. I hope it's not only in one channel. I literally don't know what happened. My microphone disconnected or something, and then everything just went belly up. Hold on, I'm gonna put this back over here. So I'm rejoining the session now. So we can hopefully see the end of this thing. Lagging balls though.
My bad, Eric. All good. I was just trying to make sure I didn't spin you.
Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened. We should be back. Let me just bring up this controller. Alright, we had 7 laps to go. Let's hope that this works. Okay, we can turn this off now. Alright, we should be back into it, and if it sounds scuffed, I'll just try and figure out everything once this is done. But it looks like we got Colton Gardner out front. Then we got Fernando Takahashi in second. Then we got Brian McKinney in third. Jesse Fox in fourth. Eric Richardson in fifth. DJ Fluck in sixth. Andrew Hewitt in seventh. Ian Miller in eighth. Mark Willett in ninth. And Dylan Behrens in 10th. Rounding out the field. Sorry for that little delay. We have 5 laps to go here. Colton Gardner has done a really good job today. Led almost every single lap, I think. Maybe led every single lap. With 4 laps to go, Colton Gardner is just going to be cruising this thing back to that checkered flag. Three laps to go now. As the gap to second place is still 4.5 seconds, and it's growing. Did he just have an accident or something? It just grew by a lot. 2 laps to go now as we have a car that's wrecked somewhere. Oh, it looks like the 80 had
That's all good.
what a heck of an accident. We're coming to the white flag now, presented by Stadium Scene TV, as there's still smoke ahead. But Colton Gardner, all Colton Gardner has to do is just pedal this thing home. He's still got 2.5 seconds to Takahashi, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it done. Colton Gardner comes out of the final turn and takes the checkered flag. Colton Gardner is your winner here at Rockingham. We got Fernando Takahashi coming in second. Really good run from him, making up 7 or 8 spots from the start. I think it was 7 spots. Then we got Brian McKinney coming in position 3, rounding out the podium. Then we got Jesse Fox, P4, strong run from him. Got Eric Richardson, P5, really strong run from him. DJ Fluck, P6. Andrew Hewitt, P7. Ian Miller, P8. Dylan Behrens, P9, and Mark Willett in P10. As Colton Gardner burns it down. We're going to drag a couple people up into here and get some post-race interviews. Brian McKinney in here? Not sure. It's too many people. Can't drag them all in one. There we go. Well, we are joined here by the position 1 and position 2 people. Starting off, Fernando, what a heck of a race you had. You made up 8 positions from where you started. How was your race today?
Yeah, I think it was good. I had a rough time at qualifying, messed up both my laps. But I managed the tires well, I guess, and avoided that wall. The track was super hot, so I was very concerned about that. But I think I was able to keep the car under control and did my best. So glad we got a P2.
Yeah, I noticed that you were one of the drivers that didn't have any huge issues with car control. I know I saw pretty much half the field had some sort of issue where they got loose off the corner or whatever, and you were able to keep your car under control for almost this entire race. I know you had a little slip up there near the end of the race, but you were able to keep it under control.
Yeah, after that, I changed the way I was approaching the corners a bit, so I was coasting a lot more. I was entering faster, but let the car go because it was really loose on the turn exits on turn 2 and turn 4. So that's where I was losing control every time in practice. So practice really paid off and helped to find an alternative here.
Absolutely. Well, that was a good, strong race from you, and that's all I have for you. So you enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you very much. Just quick thank you to my family, God, and my sponsors, Extreme Scene Racing, uh, and Garza Law and Newton Insurance. Thanks for the support, guys, and thank you WJM Motorsports for uh, allowing me to be part of the team.
Thank you. All right, and our winner tonight, Colton Gardner in the 40. You led a perfect race, led every single lap, I'm pretty sure. How was your night?
I just tried to keep it clean and smooth. The track, like he said, it was really hot. It was really hard to keep a handle on. It took a lot of practice to be able to keep the car under you for one thing. And it just got really slick late in the run. It was hard to hold on to. But as long as you could keep it straight off the corners, the car did pretty good. And it had speed tonight. That was the important thing.
Yeah, you definitely did, but honestly, you were kind of playing Minesweeper, trying to dodge all of the cars that were wrecking. Every time I'd see somebody wreck, I would go to their camera and I'd see you dodging right past them. I'm sure there was a lot of Code Brown moments tonight trying to dodge wrecking cars.
Yeah, that happened a couple of times tonight. Luckily didn't get caught up in nothing. This track typically it's banked so much it's like a self-cleaning racetrack. But there was a couple of times they were trying to rejoin the track and got a little close, but we got through it.
Yeah, and last thing I have for you tonight, next week is Richmond Raceway. How do you feel about going into Richmond next week?
Um, I've had a couple of races there in Highline. I like the track. It's a challenge. It has a little bit more grip than this track, for one thing, but it's a very technical track. I can't really tell what's going on with it most of the time. I have a hard time coming out of 2, but 3 and 4 seems to be pretty good. Um, but I feel like just with a little bit of practice and stuff, we might be able to be in contention next week.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you have a whole week to practice for it, and that's all I have for you tonight. So you enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you, and I would like to say a couple of thank yous to French Broad Fire and Rescue, Jiffy Lube, Carolina Legion, W Energy, Laughter is the best medicine. They're a Facebook group that came on board this season. It's really cool to be able to put them in victory lane. And believe Castle Garen Creations, W, everybody that makes this thing go. And I want to dedicate this win to my pastor. He's going through a pretty difficult time lately, and I hope this helps him heal a little bit with everything going on. But hopefully we can get this going again next week. Thank you to everybody.
Yep. Thank you. All right, that's all I have for tonight. I apologize for the unbelievable calamity that was this stream. My mic stopped working about halfway through, and then my iRacing crashed, and I thought my whole computer was about to crash, so we had a little bit of a detour, but we got it back to see the finish of the race. Well, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place. And that'll be all. See you later.